All right, sports fans, how's everybody out there doing? William Martin coming at you one more time here on YouTube with another edition of the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge Podcast. Now, Dallas Cowboys team owner Jerry Jones has invested plenty of money into quarterback Dak Prescott in order for him to be the franchise's leader at the most important position on the football field. But now Jones will be paying Prescott to be a very expensive cheerleader. Prescott suffered a thumb injury last night in the Cowboys' 19-3 loss to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And Prescott's injury required surgery and is expected to keep him sidelined for the next 6 to 8 weeks. Now, this is going to mark the second time in the last 3 years that Prescott will miss significant time. You go back to 2020 when he suffered that horrific leg injury in week number 5 against the Giants, and it put him on the shelf for the rest of the year. And after Dallas was able to win the NFC East last year, they once again had playoff aspirations this year. But things have changed drastically for them very quickly. And I say that because now you look at Dallas's upcoming schedule. First and foremost, they were the only team in the NFC East who didn't win this weekend. They will host the defending AFC champion Cincinnati Bengals this coming Sunday. And already, due to the Prescott injury, Cincinnati's a 7-point favorite in that contest. Week 3, we'll see the Dallas Cowboys at the New York Giants on Monday night. And I'm not saying that the Giants are world beaters now, but they did look like a different team in their victory yesterday against the Tennessee Titans. So it's a situation where, Dallas can't just simply, put their cleats on the field and go out there and win that game. They got to go for it. Looking ahead to week number 4, Dallas will be home for Washington. And just like the Giants, I'm not saying that Washington is going to be world beaters, but they look a lot different so far this year. Granted, their win came against Jacksonville yesterday, but nonetheless, a win is a win. But in week 5, the Cowboys will be at the Los Angeles Rams, the defending Super Bowl champions, which will be followed by a trip to Philadelphia to take on the Eagles on Sunday night in week number 6. They're home for Detroit in week 7. They're home for Chicago in week 8. And then they have their bye in week number 9, which gives, Dak an extra week to come back. So more than likely, anywhere between that week 8 game against Chicago, if not the week 10 game at Green Bay, if not the week 11 game at Minnesota, we should expect Prescott to be back in uniform and ready to go for the Cowboys. But with that said, in his absence, obviously, it's going to be Cooper Rush at quarterback. And I know that there are some people out there that are calling for the Cowboys to go out there and sign a veteran quarterback. At this point, bringing in a veteran quarterback is only going to, just put a backup behind Cooper Rush due to the fact that Cooper Rush has been there for training camp. He's been with this team for several years. He knows and understands the system. So why are you going to take the time out to get a veteran quarterback in there and try to catch him up to speed when you do have a guy who at least knows and understands your offensive system? So with that said, it's going to be Cooper Rush right now going forward. And with that said, for me, the onus is not on Cooper Rush as much as it is on the other 52 guys on this team. They're going to have to step up. We know about the defensive talent on this team with the likes of Micah Parsons, Leighton Vander Esch in that front 7, Trayvon Diggs in that back 4, and then of course, the receivers, CeeDee Lamb, guys like that. They're going to have to step up and make their presence known for this Cowboys team in order to keep them afloat. It's a situation where you obviously want to stay alive in the division race. There's still plenty of football left, 16 games, obviously, but then also for a potential wild card berth if that doesn't work out as well. So this is a pivotal time for the Dallas Cowboys, and let's see how they seize the moment. And speaking of people who need to step up, Mike McCarthy, Dallas Cowboys head coach, you got to show what you're worth right here. I mean, we saw, at times that McCarthy was able to get it done in Green Bay when Aaron Rodgers was out with injuries. Of course, the last time that Aaron Rodgers was out with an injury, the Packers really went off the deep end. And of course, the rest was history. And that led to McCarthy being shown the door in Green Bay. But nonetheless, Mike McCarthy needs to bring it right now. There are some people who feel that Mike McCarthy coming into the season was on the hot seat. I'm not saying that, but at the end of the day, let's see how things work out. And more importantly, let's see if he's able to step his game up and get this team ready to go out there and not just compete, but win ball games without Dak Prescott at quarterback. So you look at it, and to me, the Cowboys' chances of making the playoffs have taken a big hit right now. I think, it's still too early to call because there's a lot of factors. We always know in every NFL season that in the first couple of weeks of the year, key players are lost for at least half of the season, if not all of the season. Obviously with yesterday's games, TJ Watt of the Steelers, possibility that he's done for the year with the pectoral injury. Dak Prescott, obviously Dallas is expected to have him back in midseason, but then there's also going to be injuries for key players on other teams as well. You're not hoping for it, but this is just the nature of the beast. So let's see how those things work out as well. But most importantly, let's see what life and let's see what fight that the Cowboys are going to have when they take the field this Sunday when they host the Cincinnati Bengals. Obviously, Jerry Jones can't be thrilled about this, but at the end of the day, you got 52 other guys on that team. They got to go out there and step up and make a way to get it done. Dak wasn't playing well before the injury last night. He's playing up against a very good Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense. Then on top of that, just like the carryover from last year, Dallas was 6-0 against the NFC East and 6-6 against everybody else, including their home playoff loss to the San Francisco 49ers. So at the end of the day, it's gut check time for the Cowboys. Will they find a way to keep it afloat without Dak Prescott? It's kind of up in the air. We got to wait and see. But nonetheless, this is the stack of cards that they're dealt with, and they got to find a way to come out of this with a winning hand. So, folks, that is going to wrap it up. And as always, I want to take this time out to thank you for tuning into the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast here on YouTube. I want to take this time out to thank all of you fine folks out there for tuning in. And if you have not already, please feel free to subscribe to this channel. Now, if you're on Twitter, please feel free to follow me at 300 Pounds of Sports. And like I always say, if you follow me, it'll be my pleasure to follow you right back. There's also the sports discussion group on Facebook at the Sports Depot 365. You can check it out. Drop a line and be a part of one of the better sports debating sites going on social media. So once again, fine folks, my name is William Martin. I am signing off, saying take care and have yourselves a wonderful day.